know what the fuck they're doing with hockey. I mean, they truly don't understand hockey. But yet, every year they come back, and hopefully one year, the 239 hockey will make
No fucking clue what I just said. I imagine you guys are playing video games, so hopefully you guys get out a couple times, get some exercise, a little fresh air, not just sit in front of the Xbox. But like I said, the Hockey League 239. We need a big year from all you guys. Let's not. What's the word for it? I don't know if that's even right because I don't know if there's anyway. But let's have a good year. Give it your all. Give it your best. When you think of Xbox, think of life, think of love, think of there's no tomorrow, no retreat, no surrender at the Xbox League 239.
This league has been around for 29 fucking years. You know, we got Yambag, the founder, who hasn't done shit for 28 seasons. You know, he must be a fucking Maple Leafs fan. He's at the Maple Leafs. You know, that's what he is. He's at Yambag, he's a Maple Leafs. I mean, they haven't been to the Stanley Cup final now in almost 60 years. I mean, not since there was only 6 teams in the league. I mean, that's a joke.
And yeah, online hockey leagues. It's a good idea. I think everything went online during 2020, didn't it? Thankfully, I was way ahead of the game. The whole YouTube thing helped me out because I'm already online. I didn't need to change anything. I just needed to stay socially distanced from myself.
Gala needs to be fucking banned. Because Gala doesn't shut the fuck up in Discord chat, and he's always fucking trolling. He's a fucking spammer who is fucking feeble and driving everyone nuts, and he needs to be out the fucking league. But no, the admins do nothing.
I just want to say hi to everyone. Brick for Vezina. I guess he deserves it. Alright, take care of yourself.
And we know it's time to free vets. Hashtag free vets.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 239 Hockey. I'm your host, Mr. Hollywood, on this Sunday night, coming to you guys live here from the virtual studio here in 239 Hockey. And what a great time to be alive. What a great time here, 239 season number 29. A lot of guys doubted, a lot of guys they didn't think season 29 was going to be happening. It is a happening on here. No longer 28.5. This is the real deal. It's Sunday. Tomorrow we kick the season off. Can you believe it? But before we get there, I want to recap here, as I always do, your Sunday recap here of what happened throughout the week. Well, one of the biggest nights here in 239 Hockey. I'm talking about the season 29 draft. We'll take a look here where each player went. Where did everybody get drafted to? Who got drafted? Who didn't get drafted? How much were these captains willing to pay? I mean, there was a lot of money being tossed around there. Who went where? Plus, I have my grading here, my rankings, my preseason ranking of each team. We're going to take a look at their offense. We're going to take a look at their defense, the goaltending, and possibly the most important thing, Cam, as Dom Silva would say, most important. Say, listen, it doesn't matter. You could have the best offense, you have the best defense. You do not have Cam, it's not gonna work out. So we'll go over that. Plus, I got my top steals of the draft. Who went for pretty much nothing on here. There's quite a few of those, so we'll go over that. Plus, who got overpaid on their bonds, and a lot of people think it was them. I'll tell you who I feel. Plus, who should have got drafted, who didn't get the undrafted. We'll take a list of that and a bunch more, man. I'll be taking any questions, any comments here in the chat that you guys may have on here. And here we go, Sunday night. So, going to recap. Oh, I am down in the basement right now, so hopefully I haven't seen any bats, man, but if you guys see anything flying around, just let me know here, man. I gotta swat it down, man, but so far I think it was just a one-time deal thing. I don't know what the hell happened this weekend, but it's been a crazy week nonetheless here. But let's get things started. So I'm gonna bring up the rosters, which is gonna show you the bonds, the value of each player on there, for how much they went. And then after that, we're gonna take a look at that team. Now, I projected the lineup, what I feel is going to be their lineup. Don't quote me on that, but based on what they signed up for here and what they generally play, that's how I worked the lineup. So some of them might be a little bit, and I know there's been some already moves, some trades already happening on here. So McSwagger in the chat asking about when the rosters will be updated on here. I mean, oh gosh. Alright, I apologize if that is the case. I mean, it looks everything all right here. Let me just make sure everything's hooked up right. I believe so. I didn't reboot or anything, maybe, possibly. If it is, I apologize. Man, I mean, is it terrible? Is it really bad? Or the bat probably took out... Oh, shoot. I haven't been down here in a minute. That's the other thing, but, damn. I mean, everything's looking on here as far as computer 30 frames I put on there, but I mean, I could always reboot if it's if it's real bad. I mean, is it like, I don't see any dropped though. I'm looking at drop frame 0. It's fine now. Okay. All right. Let me know if anything. I mean, if not, I'll reboot this thing up, man. Took it personal. Listen, I was gonna run this show last night on there, but no, I was still doing some. I wanted to get all the graphics right and everything too. But we got it all. We got it all figured out on here. Hope you guys like it here. So here we go, season 29. Before the season kicks off, man, where do these teams lie here, man? Who's looking good? Who's not? Who should possibly make some moves? And who I'm still trying to figure out what the hell they did in the draft here. But let's get things going, man. Let me bring up these slides. So first team I'm gonna bring up on here, the Ilama Nadi, not to be mistaken with the Illuminati. Llamas, man. I love llamas on here. We got the Ilama Nadi. Led there by I'm Not Even Good, the captain there. So this guy picks up Barrett for 2 bots. That is not a typo on there. 2 bots for Barrett, full-time on here. Not a part-time player. Full-time, can make all 3 games. Somehow going only for 2 bots on there. That was very surprising. Very surprising. And spoiler, one of my top steals of the night. But 2 bots, that's crazy. Then you got Rob for 30, who's got all positions available. Plus, he's full-time. He generally signs up as a part-time player. So I'm okay with that. Him getting there at 30, especially the price that he got Barrett at, you know, with the 2. Kind of cancel the 2 out right there. You know what I mean? With the 2. So getting both of those guys for 32 bots. So he started off the draft pretty good, I thought, on there with that. Then he went with Ozzy with 13. That's you know, I feel about the same rate there. Maybe, you know, along the 15 to 20 range for Ozzy. He got him at 13. Not bad. Then he grabs a great goaltender. I thought this guy was tremendous last season on here for 5 bots. That's pretty damn good. Then here's the what a lot of people had an issue with, a problem with on here. Gala going for 29 bots. I think initially he went for 50. And he probably should have, because then he gets a Master Shotgun with 1, which actually by now has actually updated. Shotgun's no longer on this team. This guy already made adds and dropped. And I kind of know why. I'm going to, when I go over the projected lineup here, because I was kind of questioning this as well. But now it makes sense by the move that he made. But Gallen going for 29. I mean, on there, you know, at that point, could have put, you know, you could, whatever, 30, 40, 50 on there for him. It didn't matter. The one thing here with this team, he left 20 bots on the table. So was there somebody better at that point? Besides Gala that he could have picked up there, because he had the bots to do so, you know. He really didn't use them any, you know, after that. Like I say, he ends up actually getting Sports X for Shotgun maybe like a day or 2 ago. So let's take a look at my rating. How do I rate these guys on here? Well, you know, you got Barrett, your center, Rob at left wing, Ozzy at the right wing spot. Pretty decent on there. The problem here with why I put him a C+ rating on the offense. You look at the ratings there to the right. Rob's technically a defenseman. At forward, I really like him at the center spot. But moving him to the left wing spot, Barrett coming in there in the center spot, I don't know. I don't know if that worked. And I think that's why Good also on here made the move. And I think the move was done for this particular reason, because now he gets a guy Sports X, which is a left winger, which makes a lot more sense. Because remember, Barrett's only center this season. That's it. He can't move him to any other positions besides that center spot. You know, then you got Gala and Good on D. That's a great pairing on there. I mean, you match anybody with Good on there. I give him an A on the defensive side. School was tremendous. Like I said, B+, maybe even better. But I really like what I saw. See if we could duplicate that so they get a great B+ rating. So it comes down to this offense here. And the Shotgun there. But and that's why I put the C- rating on their chem here, man. And it's just because, and listen, man, because I mean, if you would have put a Rob at center spot on here, maybe that still happens. It could still possibly, he could do that, because Good could come up, play forward, or Rob could actually play defense on there. So I don't know if this is exactly what he's running with. This is what I would have ran based on now this is based on the draft, man. I know there's been moves made on here. And with that move, you know what I mean, you got Gala on there, so Gala's either going to be with Good or Rob's going to come in there if Good wants to play up front at the forward spot. Or maybe Gala rides the bench. I mean, who rides the bench on here on this team? Because you could also put Rob and Good back there, man, which would be very solid. Sports X, actually a guy that didn't get drafted. I was very surprised. Another spoiler there. Yes, he did make my undrafted list. So I was very surprised he did not get picked up. I know he took seasons off, so maybe you guys didn't know about him. But I think that was a great pickup for good on here. And I think that was the main reason why. Because I think Rob's much better at that center spot or defense. So you can't put him at the left wing's area. And that's why I think the move was done for that particular reason. So now, you know, regarding that, I think the offense maybe does improve on this. I gotta say this here though, man. Regards to Barrett, the guy went for 2 bots. Now remember, 2 bots on there. Now he hasn't had some great seasons, unless, I mean, he's been hanging out with Pel Poner, so that did not help. But he was also a part-time player. He also mixed in playing defense some seasons, or offense, or mix of the two, or co-captaining at one point. Remember, this guy, when he came into 239, this is a guy that was a top center in the league. He was definitely in that top 10 category. Guys paid like 20 or 30 bots for him, and he was missing a game. At that point, he was missing that first game. He was only playing game 2 and 3. But people didn't care, man. People still draft friends, man. This is one of the guys that he co-captained with, and he wouldn't even put a lousy 3 bots on him. That's crazy. So I think that's what it comes down to. I mean, you look at this team on there. Can Barrett step up and prove these guys wrong? Or did Barrett go for the 2 bots that people rightfully think he is, man? On there, has Barrett lost his cool? And if that's the case on there, don't be surprised if he actually benches him, puts Rob at the center spot, and then has Ozzy with Sports, him and Gallo at the defense. That could happen. So there's a lot of pressure, I think, on Barrett right now, man. I think there's a lot of pressure on him because, you know, he's got to step up, man. And he's, I think he's going to prove a lot of these guys wrong, man, because 2 bots, I mean, not even when he's part-time. If he signed up as a part-time player, that right there would still be a lower bot for him. So, you know, all in all, I think Good did a decent draft on here. But like I said, just that position-wise on there, I know Rob's got positions available for all, but you want to put the guy at his best spot. You know, where does he play best in? And I think it's either center or defense there for Rob, and that's where he's got to be on this lineup for them to win on this, you know. But he's got different ways to go about it. I mean, like I said, Sports coming in at the left wing spot that covers both wings. You know, Good himself, you know, could come up there in front, or he could even sit Gala out, man, and have Rob and Good on the back end. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what they roll with here. But I think this is what the line I initially had based on the draft. Let me know what you guys think. Stream died again. Holy shit. Alright, I don't know if I should reboot, man. Restart this thing, man. Stream 9. And that's for multiple people on here. I mean, I got... it's kind of pissing me off here because I don't know if I should just reboot, restart. You know, I'm gonna go through with it, man. I apologize, though, man. I apologize. That sucks. That sucks. Usually I have no problem, man. Maybe it's the Sunday. I know we had some bad weather too, man, around here with the storms and that. So I don't know if that's the case on there. What's up, Drudge, man? Joe Skullcrusher Lawrence. What's going on, brother? But I don't know if that's the case, but maybe. I mean, it's not like I'm running, you know, a lot of graphics on here, so I'm kind of surprised that it's giving me this problem, but let me go through, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I could reboot. I mean, it's only one team that went through. If it would even help, I don't know. If not, I'm gonna keep moving along, man. Now this team, man, I love the team name. It's better now. All right, let me try this. Nobody's like downloading anything and stuff. I mean, it's 10:30 on here. I mean, I do have some streams on the TVs going on, but that's about it, you know. But we'll see. Yeah, there's been some storms here, man, but I don't think anything crazy. I know some areas, you know what, that you bring up, some areas did lose power, man. I was like, oh, I'm fine here. But then, but now you guys mentioned about the internet, so I don't know about the stream, but damn. All right, let's go. So, Team Lemansky, this guy, Team Clit. So here's the roster for Lemansky. Second time captain on there. And boy, did this guy do his homework or what, man. I mean, this guy came in here, had a game plan, and looks like he executed full force. So first pickup on here with Freak, going at 20 bots. I think that's very respectable at the price range he got him. Not overpriced at all. Great pickup. These guys have chemistry together as well. Lemansky and Freak's been on teams before, so that's going to work out well. You got Jimmy on here for only 6 bots, and that's a steal, man. Getting Jimmy at the price. I don't care what anybody says, man. I mean, people joke around, say this and that about the guy. 6 spots for a full-time defenseman. Great pickup, man. Now this one with Kill. Now, I even though I've heard great stuff about the man, you know what I mean? He's a solid defenseman and all that on there. But coming in, you know, first time on here, 239 for 51 bots. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Nobody should be going 50 plus, number one. But number two, he's a defenseman, too. You know what I mean? If you're going to pay that much, man, you got to get some kind of scoring, man. But I'm not doubting the guy's talent on here, but that was a reach right there to 51. It does solidify their defense on there, so yes. But then the next on here with Sauce at only 13, that helped him a lot with that, and as well as getting Jesus, which in my eyes, possibly was the best defenseman in the draft pool, only going at 5 bots, so that fell real well. And then even this guy, Choco Brown, at the end there for only 1 bot. So he's got all full-time players. Remember last season, he ran 2 separate lines, this guy, you know what I mean? He went all out on 2 guys and then had to go through the waivers, pickups, and stuff, man. But not this season. This season, he's got a full-time roster on here, so he doesn't have to do that 2 separate lines and all that other garbage as we saw last season. So I think he did a much better job here. I really like this team. Let me bring up my rating here. So you got Freak, you know, you got Lemansky at the left wing spot with Sauce at right wing. That offense is going to be fire, man. I mean, we saw what Lemansky and Freak himself, those two, what they bring on the ice. You add in a guy like Sauce now, man. I mean, that's going to be, I mean, good luck to the defense going up against those 3 right there. And then you look at the defense here, man. If Kill is what everybody says he is, along with Jimmy on there, you know, Jimmy's just got to show up on here, man. So I give him an A- on the defense. And then goaltending, Jesus, B+. Tremendous rookie season. A lot of guys said he probably should have won the Vezina last season. So he's got a Vezina caliber goaltender. A very high talented defenseman coming in on here. And he's got a solid offense. And then Choco Brown on there that could fill in, you know. So anytime he wants to put Jimmy on the bench on there, you got Choco Brown waiting right there ready. You know, I'm surprised he didn't get picked up by somebody else. But this is a solid team, man. This is very... I'm looking here. I'm trying to find what holes here, you know. Where could the issue lie? Like, where is the problem going to be on here? And I don't see any, man. I don't see any. Like I said, Lemansky definitely did a much better job here second time around. Not that the first time was very bad, but as you can see, like, you know, if availability is great on this team, I think that's the only thing that could slow him down on here. You know what I mean? If guys don't show up, guys are not there, or there's internet problems, you then I could see a problem there. But these guys are on there, man. This is going to be a tough team to beat. A lot of guys projected these guys as number 1 as well on their power rankings, and rightfully so. Rightfully so on there. So that takes care of Clit on there. For my rankings, they got a very solid rating. I didn't give much guys A's or A minuses, but this is one of the teams that definitely well deserves it on here. Just reading some of the chats on here by Sook. FDM is worth that. Played with him in another league last season. All right. But here's the thing. I mean, that does happen. Some guys come in like Mosh when he came into the league. We heard about the man. We saw what he would do, and he went right away. I forget what was his value bots on there, and he absolutely ripped it. He's been ripping it since. But then you got a guy like Vibes, man, comes in. Was the talk of the town on there, but then not so much during the season. So we'll see how the cards play. If they do, Lomansky definitely's got a great squad. I agree with that. I agree with that comment on there as well. So that takes care of that squad. Great team name as well. Fitting. And speaking about team names, so what about this man right here? Coming back, Big C, Free Vedi Wap. Hashtag Free Veds, man. Big C, trying to do it 3 in a row here. So he gets Joe Shiny, who had an impressive season last season, for 9 bots. Great pickup. Dom Silva going for 18. Part-time player, only right defenseman. Yeah, if you look at the previous seasons, he goes 20 plus easily. So I guess that's not bad at all. And then Rocky Dangles here, full-time. All positions available. 16. That's great. Great spot. And then Trey going for 28 on here. But listen, you want that solid D-man, you're going to pay the amount. He does say he had the money at that point, so that was a great pickup for him. Immortal, part-time gold. And then Buck Neeson here for 22. And this is great for Trey and Buck. Both these guys, like I said, they played last season on there, so they're back together. And that helps the camp part. And then Tomahawk on here, available. These guys fared off on my rating here. How do I rate these guys? Well, on the offense, you got Joe Shiny, Rocky Dangles at the left wing spot, Big C at the right. I gave him a B rating on here. Now, I technically feel Rocky Dangles more of a right winger. Now, I know he does play both on there. Big C's not giving up that right wing spot. Even Couch on the stream let you guys know about that, so that's not happening. And then Joe Shiny coming in. Here's the thing, Joe Shiny, we've only seen him 1 season on there. How good is this guy? How good is he? Is he as good as the stats show, or did he have help last season? With Booty Clapping on there, with Scary Terry. We'll see. So the crazy thing about it here, you got 3 guys from that squad back on here. With Trey, with Buck, and Joe Shiny on there. So that always helps. That's why you have all these B pluses here on defense. I mean, you don't even need Dom Silva out there, man. I don't know what he's out there for, but no, I'm kidding, man. B plus definitely. Goaltending as well, tremendous, and I think their chem is gonna be solid, on point. The only thing is, it's a young team here on that forward line. With Big C, Rocky Dangles, Joe Shiny, can they coexist? Can they bring this all together on here? Can they duplicate what they've done last season? The top 2 there, the center and that left wing spot. So we'll see if that happens. And for Big C to try to come back here, try to do that 3 in a row. That third one's always the hardest one to do, man. It's always the hardest one to get. Can he do it here? We'll see what happens, man. We'll see. But as far as draft-wise, I thought Big C did a pretty good job on here, man. As far as position-wise, everything looks pretty solid on there. Like I said, it just that forward line, we'll see if they could produce. If they could, that defense is going to hold it, and They got solid goaltenders to back them up as well. Up next, man. Oh man, do I gotta go in this team, man? The OG Imploders, man. First time captain, Sexy Rocco, decides to put 59 bots for Shem as his first pick right off the bat, man. 59 bots. That left him with what, 31 remaining after that, and I don't know, man. I mean, King Almighty, defenseman, 27, that as well. And then pretty much after that, it was just who was left in the draft board, man, that he could get. So he's got Bukaki Show for 9 bots, J Squad in that for the 1 bot, Adrenaline for 1 bot, and then part-time player there, forward, new guy here, T Mel for 2 bots here. Oh man, now everybody on the rankings pretty much places this team as the. Anybody tell me what Rocco plays? Is it the right wing spot? Is he playing center on here? I'm assuming Shem's on the left wing area there, and then unless Rocco's playing center, maybe I got it wrong here. Adrenaline right, that could be a possibility. And then you also got T Mel, a forward, mixing in there as well. I give him a C+ on the offense. I just don't see the production on here, and that's a very generous C+ rating. I think just Shem alone on there. I don't see it, man. With Adrenaline and Rocco on there. Maybe I'm wrong, man. Maybe I'm looking into this one too much. But I mean, I see those 3 guys, and I don't know. I mean, I think you're putting a lot of pressure on Shem, man. I mean, to put that, I mean, no, listen, nobody, there's no way anybody should be going for that much. I don't care how good you are, man. I mean, you could be freaking Mashot Pa, you could be Big C himself. I mean, nearly 60 bots on one player alone. I mean, it's 6-on-6 hockey. This is a team game, man. It's a team game. It's not like you're going into like a drop-in game, you know. And looking at the other teams on there, you know, man. I mean, has Shem carried teams before? Yeah, absolutely, man. But I mean, I'm looking at it here, man. I mean, I don't see the threat. I got Chem at C- there for this squad. To hold it down there on the right defensive spot. So I think they'll be all right there. I put them B-. But the thing is, man, you're not producing points on there. You're not getting the goals. How long is King Almighty gonna stand back there? You know. And J Squad. I mean, J Squad has his ups and downs on there. I put him a B- rating here for goaltending. Man, I don't know. That again for me. Refresh, yeah, good now. Man, I don't know what the deal is. It's so annoying, man. It's so frustrating because like on my end here, it shows the frames perfect. It's not moving, like going up and down, showing no dropped frames. You know, maybe the recording will be alright, but that sucks. But back on here, I mean, I don't got much else to say here, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, you got Adrenaline on there, you got him for 1 bot, Sexy Rocco, I mean, I don't know, maybe he's playing center, maybe you got Adrenaline and Team L at the right wing spot with Shem. But I mean, you look at the rosters of the other teams, man. I think that that first bot that he put for 59 bots as the first time captain in the league. You know, I mean, if there's anybody that you're gonna put that much, yeah, maybe it is Shem. But still, man, it had this been, you know, I mean, had this been D-Mart, maybe, you know, I mean, had this been, you know, somebody else, maybe good, you know, maybe it worked out on there. I don't know much about Rocco, man. I don't know, like, if he's that caliber player there to make this offense great. I don't think. Sorry, bro. I mean, I got C plus on there, and the chem, does not help either. C minus. That's why I got him where I am. Moving along, man. We're gonna look at the Rat Revolution, man, led there by Rattler, who's been coming close season after season, but just can't get that championship, man. Can't win it. He's rolling with the same squad, same group of guys again, man. You got Hammer here, 37, which not too bad, man. Not too bad as far as, nobody has outbidded Rattler on Hammer. Nobody. And I'm always waiting. Each season, I'm like, somebody's going to try to outbid him here. But he always gets them. He always gets them. And we never find out, like, how high would Rattler go on the draft, had he been outbidded on there. Well, 37 was worth a spot here this season, which actually not too bad. Then you got Drug for 16, Booty Clapping for only 14, which worked out real well for him because of how much he paid for the Hammer. So you got him at 14. Now Weasel here at 10. I've heard good stuff about the man. We've got to see what happens here. You got Kin Dange over there at the defensive side for 5 bots. And then you got part-time player Sons for 4. And I believe Rattler just a few moments ago, I mean, the rosters have not been updated, but he got Tree Love, Dr. Tree Love, which I'm very surprised was not picked up, was not drafted or nominated in this draft. So I think that's a great pickup there for him to help that defense, because then now you got 4 defensemen. Somebody's got to work out. Now, let me bring up the rating before I say anything else on here on this team. I like their offense, man. I like their offense. And like I said, I think chemistry really solidifies the team. B plus over there on this. You got Hammer, Clappin, Rattler. The offense is great. A lot of people question the defense here. Now you got Kin Dange, you got Weasel. Now you're adding in also Sons and Tree Love on there. I don't think it's as bad as people. I mean, I put him C plus here because based on the other teams, the other rosters, you got Drug Monkey there, B plus, should be an A, man. That's a typo. But defense-wise, you look at last season for Rattler, he didn't have Booty Clapping, number 1. And number 2, I mean, his defense was a goaltender, a waiver, and Kerdog. He doesn't have that here. He's got Kin Dange on there, who I thought really proved himself last season on that. Yes, he was on that championship team. Yes, he had surrounding parts around him. With Weasel, if Weasel's the real deal here, man, that's the only hole on this team, because we know they could produce. We know they're gonna put up points. We know Drug's gonna steal games back there on there. So if Kin Dange could do what he did last season, man, I mean, here's a guy that could repeat as champion, man, here this season. Very interested to see what Weasel could do. Now, a lot of guys say, I think it was about him playing righty instead of lefty, or vice versa on there. So that could be an issue. But even if things don't work out with Kin Dange, I mean, he's got Tree Love that he could bring in there as well. If that does not, you got Sons on there. So he's got other variables here he could test out, mix in on this, Rattler was set in the draft. He knew who he was getting. We all knew who he was all on here. And we'll see if the offense produces. Sometimes, hey, you score more goals than the other team. That's all that matters, right? That's what it comes down to. Who could score more, man? At the end, I mean, it doesn't matter. You give up 5 goals, 6 goals on here. I know Drug might not like his goals against average on there, but at the end of the day, if you win, does it really matter, man? Does it really matter? Maybe this is the season, man. This is the season. I think it's got to be for Rattler, man. I think it has to be. And if not, man, I think, you know, he mentioned last season, you know, win or retire on here. I'm not going as that extreme, but I think if Radulay cannot win this championship, he's got to get rid of this. So I mean, he's tried this numerous times. I think that's where people are right now. They're like, oh, we've seen this already. We've seen this. Yes, you know, he comes up close again. So I think he has to win, man. Like, he's gotta win. You know, it's not about the retirement on it, but he has to win, man. He's got the guys that he wanted here, you know. And I think this season he's got a much better defense compared to the other seasons that he when he did have these guys. So with a solid goaltender back there as well, maybe a Rad Revolution. It might as well be. We'll see. Moving on here, we got Wizzy War, Summer of George on here. Now, Wizzy War's been a great captain, numerous seasons, put some great teams together on here. And right off the bat, Abbott coming back to the league on here and goes for 55 bods. I mean, listen, I wouldn't go for anybody over 50. He does here, but it's Wizzy War. He's able to do so, man. He's able to do so, man. Because, you know, Wizzy's that type of player, man. He could risk that with the 55 bots. Because look at the next one, man. He gets J-Map for 1 bod. Odd Guy at 22, maybe a little bit of reach there. There's Swagger at 18. He's got a 1 bot for goalie, but Turbo, you listen, Turbo's not bad, man. Turbo's not bad on there, and I'm glad to see that he got nominated, picked up, because this is the season that Turbo really needs to shine, come out there, man, to show 239 what he's all about, you know. And then I love the last pick here with Swizz Road, man. I mean, look at last season, how big impact Swizz was, just a part of those waivers, you know. Like, everybody wanted to know that, you know, once you got a waiver, like they were hoping to get Swizz. Well, he doesn't have to hope for that, man. He's got him on the team, so, and he's got all positions available. So whoever's not there, boom, he's gonna come right in there. So where do we rate these guys, man? How well does Swizz really do on here? Jesus saying Turbo is a great goalie. Yeah, I've seen the dude play, man, and that's big coming off from from a goalie like there. Talking about another goalie on that, I just feel he hasn't had the opportunity on there. Maybe it was availability wise, like he's been part time sometimes, or where he got drafted, he wasn't really utilized. But now he's getting that starting role, full time goaltender. So. If he comes out huge on here for this team, that's going to be a big part here for this team. On my rankings on there, here's where I got him. And offense, I mean, you got Wizzy and Abbott on the same team. I mean, that offense in itself right there, regardless, J-Map solid or not, but I heard he is. So that offense looks great. My problem here is with the defense, man. I give him a C+ rating. Now, a lot of guys will debate about this. A lot of guys will say I'm wrong here. Give him the C+ rating. You got Odd Guy over there at the lefty spot, and you got McSwagger. Now, with Swagger, here's the thing, man. I always get this. Everybody always mentions it, like, oh, but remember when he played with D Mart and he played at that right D spot? They won the championship. Yeah, I remember that season, man. It was D Mart, man. It was Wizzy War on that squad. I mean, the guys that he had on that team, you can't really compare, with that on there, that he had a solid right D season. I feel Swagger's best position is that forward spot. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. At that forward spot, that doesn't mean that he can't play other positions. No. He's played goalie. He's played defense. He's played them all. Center spot, wing spot. He's done them all. But, I mean, the pair there with Odd Guy, like, who's gonna be the guy that carries on that defensive side? Is it gonna be Odd Guy, or is it gonna be McSwagger on there? I don't know, and this is why it kills my the chemistry rating on there, C-. That's why I got him there. Even though you got this powerhouse offense, this forward line with Abbott, with Wizzy War, I just feel something's not right here, that it's not going to gel well together, man. It's not going to gel well here with these guys, and it's not going to work out. On paper, it looks great. All these guys, you know, are big-time players. Abbott, Wizzy, Odd Guy, Swagger. I mean, those are huge members here in this league as far as, you know, the draft-wise goes. But I don't think the chem's going to be there, and I think the defense will hurt here with Odd Guy and Swagger, man. I don't think it's going to work. I could be wrong, man. I've been wrong numerous times, but for me, I think that's where it brings my rating of this team down now. A lot of guys have these guys as the top 3 after their draft. It very well could be. It could be. You know, maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? You know, that D-Mart championship team. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Swag play on there. He held us down over there. You know what I mean? But Odd Guys has not been playing Odd Guy hockey, man, as of late. But the thing is, on Odd Guy's defense, I gotta say, he's also has not had the best partners on the other end. You know, he's had to play either the wrong lefty or righty spot, or he got a guy like Yambag with him, or he got somebody Couch with him back there. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. I mean, can Swag you know, lead this defense back there? You know what I mean? I don't know. And then you know, obviously Turbo on there. You know, he's going to want to try to prove himself on here, but he hasn't, not yet here in 239. So, B- rating over there until I see improvement. But not a bad team, man. Not a horrible team. It could be a good team on here, especially with Swizz out there. And Wizzy War did an excellent job in doing so on there, because we saw what happened last season. So he went with all full-time players on there, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And if in case he does, he's got Swizz right there waiting to hop in. Moving along on here, we got 2 more teams left here, and I apologize. I mean, stream-wise here, drug benches could be Twitch. It could be Twitch thing, because on here, like, my thing is all green. There's nothing here showing that it's red or anything if it was. So I don't even think like rebooting would have helped or made things better. But I apologize. Maybe I'll switch to Saturday nights. I don't know. Maybe I should have done Saturday. Looking here, the Wiley E Coyotes, man. Co-captains here, Pale Poner, Shook on here, coming in on here. So they got No Regretskis first for 19 bods. Mr. Anderson, possibly the lowest he went in the draft, 10 bods. All part-time here. Turtle as well, another part-time guy, 23 bods for him. But that's, you know, for Turtle, I think the only other guy that went 23 was D-Mart as a defenseman part-timer, so he's right there in that same boat. They got Highlight here for 5 bods only. His bod value is the same each season. D-Vets, another part-time guy, 19 bods. Rent-Free, part-time as well, 15 bods. And then you got their goaltender, Vinisimov, for 5 bods. This new guy, Strizzy, 1 bod pickup. And Believe for 3, left defenseman there, part-time player. Before I get into the rating, I gotta say this. I don't like co-captains. I never did. I never liked it. I mean, you look at last season, you look at Hall of Fame and Turtle, right? You know what I mean? I thought they had a solid draft on there. You got Ronan, you got all these pieces, and it was terrible. It just didn't work out. We've seen Pale Poner so many times with, you know, Mr. Anderson, or I mean, he's had so many different co-captains. I lost track with Barrett and stuff, and it did not work out. We've seen the best team drafted in 239 hockey, man. On top of this, man, you got all these part-time guys. I don't even know if I have the right lineup on here. I'm going to look at this here. Now, I gave Pale a lot of shit on the draft here. But I look at it on here. I mean, it's not that bad. As maybe I exaggerated too much, but looking at this team, so I mean, I got Anderson here, Renfree, center spot. I might be wrong. Renfree might be left wing possibly. And you got Sook and Highlight. Maybe Highlight's the center. I'm not sure. Along with Anderson. Noah Gretzky's definitely on the right wing spot. You got Strizzy. Because they got a split there. Then you got D-Vats and Believe. With Turtle and Pale on the right D. And then the net, Venisimov on here. So the offense, it's just, I feel one night it's going to be great. Another night it's going to be very, very bad on there. Defense looks pretty solid. I think that regardless who you pair up there, I think Believe is solid with Davets, Turtle on there, you know, with Pale. I think that works out. That's not the problem. Goaltending, Venisimov is pretty solid as well. Chemistry, man. I preach on this D rating, and that's why I got him as low as where I do. Here's the thing: if I'm Pale Poner, if I'm Shook and Pale Poner, maybe what was I mean, right? If you run your best line, man, and you know, or you don't need a game 5 or game 6 in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Put I don't know, put Shook on left wing, Anderson with Noah Gretzky's at the right wing spot. You got D-Vance and Turtle. That, I mean, for 4 games, those guys, maybe that's the game plan. Like, you know, regular season, hey, everybody makes playoffs on here, and come playoff time, he runs that line on there. That's gonna be tough to stop. I think it's gonna be tough to stop on there. But is he gonna do that though? I don't know. I don't know if he will do that. Because Pale's got to play defense on here because he can't play anywhere else. Nobody else has defense besides D-Vets, Believe, and Turtle. So that's got to be right over there with that. Because I don't see him putting Noah Gretzky's to play right D on there, especially the money that you paid for Noah Gretzky. He's got to be at that right wing spot. And then you got Anderson on there. So, like I said, I mean, if he could run a very solid line. But then it's going to cripple the other line. But still, in the playoffs, you know, we've seen with Good, we've seen with Big C, they've been able to do so with that and be able to win games that way. Maybe that's the game plan coming in on here. I would have a headache here with not only fitting the right line, but then dealing with a co-captain on there who comes in, you know, who does not. Maybe Pale sits out this season. I don't know. I mean, you got Sook on there. Maybe you got Sook and Strizzy, but then I don't know. I mean, it's got to be mixed in. So you're gonna have a lot of even full-time guys now playing part-time. You got part-time guys coming in. So it could be a shit show, man. It could just be a whole freaking mess on there, or it could work out. I mean, it's gonna be, these guys are gonna have a lot of fun here this season, no doubt about it. A lot of veterans on here on this team, but just that Cam, man, Cam, I'm sorry, I got a D rating there for them, and that's what really brings me down on this team. And then lastly, to the final team on here, we got Hall of Fame. How the turntables on here. So his roster, you know, he's coming back on here. Not a good season last season, looking to rebound here. And he's got the guy to do it. Why not? The guy who won the championship, right? Mashad Pa for 55 bods on there. There's his center. Then you got D Mart for 23 part-time. Couch for 10. That's decent, man. I think that's where Couch should fall. This was a steal. Esoteric only going for 5. Same thing with Gold. Gold was part of that championship team. Only got him for 3. And then Rydell, a rookie, another rookie coming in on here for 3. And then Google, which actually has been changed on here. I know he just recently dropped him, and he picked up Reeps. I'm surprised Reeps wasn't even drafted or nominated, but he took Reeps. Both of those guys are solid, and the thing is, I think that's the right move because Goat is is always going to be available. There's no time that he's going to need to replace his goalie on here. He's got great availability. So I think that's the right move there to bring in Reeves. So let's take a look here on this team, man. Offense, I like the offense. I mean, you got Mosh, you got Iso, and then you got either Hall of Fame or Rydell on the right wing spot, or they split. I don't know. It's going to be one or the other. Then you got Young Kelch at your lefty spot with either D Mart one night or Hall of Fame. And then Goat in net. Chemistry kind of brings this team down. I got pretty much an average rating here all throughout. Offense, defense, goalie, all B ratings on here. The reason with that on this, man, it's just, you know, usually when I look at a team that's got D Mart on the squad, he usually changes the team. You know, he usually improves the team. But here, if D Mart's not playing, you got Hall of Fame there. Is it really going to... Rydell get that right wing full-time spot there, man. If he plays there, they won't need it, you know, or Hall of Fame doesn't even need to go in. I don't know how you mix that in there, man. I mean, or does Hall of Fame, you know, split one night right wing, one night right D on there? That could happen. I mean, when he does that, you know, you're going to look at Hall of Fame at the right wing spot. That means D Mart would have to be on the right D that night. So that's going to be a good, solid team, I think, right there. And I think matching Kelch. Here's the thing with Kelch. There's been so many drafts where this guy's gone like 15 or 20 bots on there. And also had to carry the defense. Where this time he does not, man. He's got D Mart or Hall of Fame. He's got one of those guys with him on there. So it's a much less stress, I think, for him being back there. And he's got a great partner, regardless whether it's D Mart or Hall of Fame. But I think he did a great job here. I mean, getting Iso and getting Mosh up there in the front, I think those guys are going to produce. You got Mosh himself. He's going to produce by himself. It's just, you know, how well the chem works on here. That kind of brought it down. I haven't seen these guys paired up, you know. A D Mart with Hall of Fame, you know. Rydell, new guy coming in on there. So, we'll see how that works out. But nonetheless, pretty solid draft here by Hall of Fame. I think a lot better than what he did last season. And I think it's going to produce a lot better than that terrible team there with Turtle last season. So that takes care of the rosters, who and where, the prices, my grade ratings for each. Lastly, I have on here who was overpaid, who went for too much, who was underpaid, who was a steal in this draft, and a couple of the guys that I think should have been drafted, which actually have already been picked up on here. So let's take a look at those here. So as far as my steals, number one, Barrett, no doubt. So on the far left, you see how much they went for in this draft. In the middle, where I would project them as far as point-wise, as far as how much I think they should have went for. And then lastly, what's the difference between the bot they went and what my true bot value of them are. So Barrett, 2, and I already talked about this on there, you know. Here's a guy that used to go for like 30 plus, you know, and he missed game ones. Even as a part-time player, I think that's a spit in the face of Barrett. And we'll see if he proves the captains wrong here, man. It's a huge difference from where I would put him and where he went in this draft. Number 2, Joe Shiny with 9 buds. I think he proved last season how great, only 9. Sauce below him too, man. Sauce has always been in the high 20s, 30s range on there. So him going for 13, I think was an absolute steal as well. You look at the difference between what he went and what I project him, 15. That's a huge difference. And then Rydell, rookie, new guy on here. Now I could see why. I mean, you know, maybe some guys don't know much about him, haven't seen him play. Maybe they didn't do their homework on there. You know, I would definitely put him close to that 15 range. But, you know, he's new, so it is what it is. But I'm shocked with the next guy because this guy's not new. He's been here. He's old as dirt. Like I said, maybe people just don't like something about him, man. Maybe his accent, maybe the team he likes, maybe that he's a Tony Amonte fan. I don't know, but he only went for 5. Should go at least 15 on here. A centerman, but here I believe he's going to be playing at the left wing spot, which is fine. He plays both well. So 10 difference on that. Adrenaline, you know, and we see this. This is not the only season here. He only went for 1 bot. He's definitely a lot better than that. Definitely a lot better. At least 10 bots for Adrenaline. But this is not the first season, man, that this has happened to this man. So I don't know. Maybe people know. I don't know. Jimmy at 6. That's I mean, that's just a joke, man. Jimmy's got a lot more than that, man. 15 easily. He went for only 6. And then GOAT, I mean, I'm surprised here, you know, part of that championship team, you know, should have went for a lot more, especially with the prices of the other goaltenders. He only went for 3. I would say about that 10, 11 range would fit him well. So there's your steals from the draft on there. Let me know what you guys think of those. Now we're going to go to the opposite side, the overpriced. Who went for too much than they should have? Well, I mentioned Kill. Just because he's a newcomer, he's a rookie. 51 and a defenseman as well. You know, usually these high prices you see mainly is one of those forwards like a Mosh, you know. But 51, still a lot, especially as a rookie. I think 35 is even a lot what I put on here. So he's got a 16 differential, so that's why he's the number 1 spot there. And then Shem, you know, 59. Anybody that goes even close to that range, no matter how good they are, Shem, you know, I mean, I can't say anything bad about the guy, man. I mean, he's been consistent. He's put up points on there, but 59 is just too much, man. Too much. 45, maybe 50. So 14 difference. And then Gala at 29. And the only reason this happened is just because Good had the bots there. You know, it was set to pick him. I think he would have put 40 or 50 on him regardless. So 29, but I think Gala fits more close to that 28 range. 15 for Renfrey. Now, the worst defenseman in the league now. The only reason on here I put this is the position-wise. Since Renfrey does not have defense on here this season, I think 15 is a lot. I'll be more towards the 5 range on there. And then D-Vets, 19, part-time player only. No way. 10 fits D-Vets rather well. Quit tears. Partner. Best player ever. Wow. Jimmy, big words out here tonight, man. He's very confident about the defensive partner on there with him. Hey, listen, if he does, but I'm still, man, 51 is a lot, man. It's a lot. I know there was maybe like 4 or 5 other guys that went in that 50 range, but for a rookie, first-time player, we'll see if he kills it. If he does, man, I'll take my words back, man. And then top guys, which I think should have been drafted. You got Mac on there. I thought he had a solid combine as well. Still available on there. So any captain that needs a great forward on there, Mac available. Sports already got picked up. So Sports XX, and I was surprised that he didn't even get a bid on him. Surprised me at number 3. You know, he's a veteran player on here. I mean, you look at this guy's career stats, you're like, wow, he didn't get nominated. That's crazy. And then Tree Love right below him, which actually just got picked up. Now he got changed to now being a part-time player. I don't like that, but it is what it is. So he's a part-time player now, but he should have got picked up. And then Sniper, man, yes, I got Sniper here on the list. You know, I mean, championships. That's all it comes down to, right? So, he's proven it on there. Freaks and Kill is worth every penny. Hey, we'll see. Remember, tomorrow night the season kicks off on here. So we'll be able to see what happens, man. I mean, all the shit talk, all the power rankings that have been posted on there. I just let you guys know what my thoughts on here are. But tomorrow night, we're going to witness this on there. Hopefully the site's working. I haven't checked it now on there. I don't know if it's still down. Hopefully they get that right, because I want to get those stats there for you guys, so you guys see this on there. I'll definitely do a lot of videos. I'm hoping we get VODs on there. If we do, I may edit a game each night. Forget each week, each night, like a series of the night there, and just produce like a Sports Center recap highlight video of it. But I need VODs for that. And then I'm hoping to get the stats there for you guys. Like I said, hopefully the site's we still got hours till 23 hours till it kicks off there tomorrow night. Hopefully they do, and hopefully they get the rosters updated. I don't know who does that, but I saw some complaints, some posts about that. But that's gonna do it on here for this week. Like I said, the draft was great. It's awesome to see that we're having even a season on here. Just how old this NHL 23 game is in its last months here. Plus being the summer, so great turnout, great draft, and should be a great season. Should be a fun season here for most, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll bring you guys the content here each week, your recaps of what went down. This time I'll have stats, so I'll probably produce more content with it. More leaderboards, more top stars for each week, and all that. So it'll be here. Keep it here, man. And remember, tune in tomorrow night. Johnny Bells will have the live stream there of the opening night. I think there's only one series tomorrow night, so he'll definitely have that with the commentary and all that. That does it here, Mr. Hollywood. Sign out, fellas. Have a good night, everybody.